portfolio? Do you want to learn about how the blue zones can inform creating a perfect retirement vision? Well, we're going to be talking about the 3 areas that the blue zones cover and how they are super relevant to anyone planning for retirement today so that they can build an exciting idea of what that future is going to contain for their life.
I found 5 places around the world called blue zones where people are living to 100 at the highest rates in the world. What is the secret to live?
Oftentimes I do see people planning for retirement and they're more focused on escaping the corporate grind or getting away from the stress of working every day, and they're not exactly clear on what they are moving towards. And so today we're going to be talking about models of successful aging and graceful aging that the blue zones put forth, and the different characteristics of those cultures can really inform how to create a very worthwhile and sustainable future for a retirement ahead. First, let's start with the social network and how important it is to have social support for our physical health and for our own enjoyment. And just to be around people is very nourishing, especially if they're supportive relationships. In Japan, there's a concept in Okinawa specifically called the moai, which is a close knit of friends. These are friends that are more intimately connected than just surface level acquaintances that you develop over a longer period of time. And that is a real priority in that culture, is where people develop these moai as a very important part of their life. And it is a really, really rewarding experience for them. And similarly, in Ikarai, Greece, there is a norm around just being closer to your family. It's very common for extended family to live together there. And in their communities, there's quite frequently festivals and events where everyone in the community, young and old, is getting together and interacting and being a part of a community together. So, I mean, the call to action there is really to be more open-minded about community events, getting involved if you're close with your family, to make it a priority, to be a part of the rituals that a family has to celebrate and get together, because that can be a really supportive and important part of life, especially throughout retirement. The second part of successful retirement vision is the hobbies and passions. And the Nikolai Peninsula, which was profiled in the blue zones, it was very common for people to participate in these cultural hobbies, which would be developing pottery, gardening, dancing. A really rewarding part of someone's retirement when they can kind of choose what to pursue more deliberately based on their own personal interests. And even if it's golfing, there's been a recent study that was released that people who walk the golf course actually have more longevity over people that don't golf at all. So that's a great way to focus and just develop something that is a really rewarding activity for you, can really boost the satisfaction that you have in your retirement, and even possibly your longevity throughout your years. And lastly, the blue zones concept of focusing on your health is really important to really living a satisfying retirement future. In Sardinia, the average 85 plus year old is actually getting more steps per day than the average American in our sedentary culture. And they really do focus not on getting these really intense workouts in, but walking everywhere they go whenever possible, and having a Mediterranean diet, which is very savory, but high in vegetables, legumes, and very modest in how it incorporates different other aspects of the diet. So really focusing on your health can be a tremendously impactful way that you create more years in your retirement and more satisfying years with a healthy body that can support itself and take care of itself throughout those years. So hopefully you found this interesting. If you did, please subscribe and follow along for more content. We'll be sharing our ideas on retirement, on finance, on the economy in the weeks ahead. I hope you'll join us on that adventure. If you are planning for your retirement, seeing people live out their retirement vision is one of the most satisfying things that we do. We usually start talking to people anywhere from 5 to 10 years from their retirement and work with them to make sure their finances are set up to really support themselves throughout many years ahead. Make